Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Law Bank. If you're studying A-Level Law, this video is for you, especially if you're aiming for full marks on that classic 8-mark question, who can serve on a jury in England and Wales? Let's break it down nice and simply. To be a juror, there are 3 main rules, and they come from the Juries Act 1974. You must be aged between 18 and 75, registered to vote in the UK, and have lived in the UK for at least 5 years since you were 13. So, if you're 19, on the electoral register, and have lived in the UK since year 9, you qualify. Some people can't do jury service because of their criminal history. This is called being disqualified. You're disqualified for life if you've ever had a life sentence, been detained during Her Majesty's pleasure, or had a prison sentence of 5 years or more. You're banned for 10 years if you've been to prison for less than 5 years, had a community order, like unpaid work or curfews, or received a suspended sentence. A suspended sentence means someone's been found guilty and given a prison sentence, but they don't go to prison right away. Instead, it's suspended for a set time, usually 1 to 2 years. If they stay out of trouble, they don't go to jail. But if they commit another offence, they do. Also, if you're currently on bail, you're disqualified too. Some people are ineligible, meaning it wouldn't be fair or practical for them to serve. This includes people with serious mental health conditions, people who can't understand English, and people with a disability that makes jury service impossible, like someone who's completely blind or severely unwell. Here's an exciting update. Before 2022, deaf people weren't allowed to be jurors because interpreters weren't allowed in the jury room. But that changed with the Police, Crime, Sentencing and Courts Act 2022. Now, deaf people can serve with a BSL interpreter as long as the judge approves and the interpreter keeps everything confidential. You can ask to delay your jury service. This is called a deferral if you've got a good reason. For example, university exams, a pre-booked holiday, or a hospital appointment. And if you're in the armed forces, your commanding officer can confirm if you're needed elsewhere. So, if this comes up in the exam, remember it's a knowledge-only question. No evaluation needed. Just include the 3 qualifications, examples of disqualification, ineligibility with explanations, the change in law about deaf jurors, and deferral and excusal rules. And definitely name the Juries Act 1974 to show off that legal knowledge. Let's recap. To be a juror, you must be aged 18 to 75, be registered to vote, have lived in the UK for 5+ years, not be disqualified, not be ineligible, and yes, deaf people can now serve with a BSL interpreter. That's it for today's video. In the next one, we'll be looking at the role of juries, which is another key question in this topic. So hit subscribe and keep revising with the Law Bank.